My name's Wanda. I'm going to channel, which means I allow love energy to pass into me and out of me, and it turns into vibration in my throat, and it turns into words for you. That's the scientific part of it. The loving part of it is that I allow myself to be used to share loving messages for you. That's really why I do it. I'm not a scientist at all. So hopefully you find something that touches your heart that comes through. Really, that's what this is all about for me. Doing my part to share love in the world. So you'll notice the energy passes into me at the beginning and passes out of me at the end. And you press subscribe on YouTube if you want to know when I put them up. I try to do them regularly. Okay, I'll be quiet and I'll say goodbye at the end. You would consider yourself a loving human being. If someone were to ask you that, you would quickly say yes. You wouldn't hesitate at all. And yet the word loving would not be an easy one for you to describe. Yet you know automatically you are one. It's as if they are to say, are you a human being? Of course I am. What a silly question that is. That is what how quickly your response comes when someone asks you if you're loving. Now we've dropped the human part of it. And now we are saying, are you loving? You hesitate a little more, you see, and reluctantly say yes. The hesitation in this is because you've been thinking of all the ways you have been unkind. Your mind automatically balances things out like this. I did this good, I did this bad, I hurt this person, I was kind to this person. Always balancing like this. Plus, minus, plus, minus. In the end, you just hope to sit somewhere in the middle. I didn't harm too many humans, and I didn't help too many humans either. I'm not too fond of that side either. So you hesitate to be called loving. You hesitate to say, if we were to say you are loving to other human beings. So you're not buying all of this loving business. Loving to you, loving to others. You're not exactly on board with this sort of communication, this sort of question, this sort of way of being. We question you in this way so you may bring it to the forefront and there may be some healing done. Always you see things that you have hidden somewhere must come forward so they may be seen in the light. They will disappear, you can be sure of this, because they are false. And why would there be false negative notions kept back behind you? You think they keep you in check. You think they keep your humility. Yet what they do is undermine your loving self, the one that you wish were more available to yourself and others. That's what's being undermined by keeping negative thoughts of yourself in the background of your life. So we say, bring them forward and let's have a look at it. The universe and you together will have a look at these notions you have of yourself, that you're not the most loving human being ever, that you haven't been the most kind human being ever. Let's bring them up here and have a look. And of course, it's difficult for you to do this. You don't like to bring these things forward because you have this ego and false sense of humility that says, oh no, I must keep them in the back. You see, it's all tangled up together. And you are manipulating your own self with your ego to keep things back. Because if they come forward, they will disappear, and then what? We would like to discuss the then what. Then what will happen? Your ego and your humility will come forth also. They don't really like to do this. So perhaps you may not do this at this moment, but perhaps you will hear this again, and then you will allow a little more ease with it, and it will come forth. We wish to tell you that this ego, false humility, when it comes forward, it will be wrapped in love, not humiliation or ridicule. It will be wrapped in love. That's the way of healing. That's the way for you to evolve and move forward. It's always done in love. So what does it look like, this wrapping humility in love? We will give you an example, and you may see how it sits with you. Well, hello, my friends. Haven't we been together for a long time? I recognize you. You recognize me. We recognize one another because we are energy, you see. We've been in this human form for the whole time that you've been alive here. Sometimes you're out, sometimes you're hiding, sometimes you're busy, but here you are, so hello to you. I think it's time perhaps we had a little chat. You see, I wish to move forward as a human being, and I was wondering if you'd like to come along for a little adventure. The adventure of a lifetime. What do you think? You do love adventures, don't you? Even though you are afraid of losing control, perhaps we could compromise. Perhaps we will go hesitantly, and we would appreciate it if you kept showing your face so we would know where you are. You hide sometimes, you see. While I'm living my life, sometimes I get tripped up by you because I'm not sure where you are, and once in a while you appear under my feet and I fall over you. So perhaps we could have a compromise, and you could perhaps say, I'm here, I'm rearing my head right now because I'm afraid of losing control. Do you think you could do that? We know it's very difficult for you, but we would appreciate your assistance in evolving as a human. Would you assist us in evolving as a human being? Even if you're afraid of losing control? Would you come along with us if we really, really asked you to? Would you do this favor for us? Who could say no to such a request as this? You see, once the truth is brought forward, it cannot be hidden again, because now it's out in the light. Now it's all out in the light. You have evolved just by the conversation, you see, and nothing more. Just the conversation. You are lighter and freer now. So is it time for you to have a chat with your ego? Perhaps today is the day. There is much love here for you. Namaste. Oh, the darn ego again. Always tripping us up. It's very hard to keep track of mine. I have been, the last few years since I've been doing this channeling work, I have been more open and honest with allowing sad events, dark events, my ego for sure, all to come out. So we can all like play together, cry together, just be together. It's very much the philosophy of the Aaron that's being channeled here is, let's bring it all out. We'll have a look at it because we're really on the same side. Like the ego's just trying to protect us, help us live. We're trying to live. So we're really all together. So I don't know. They seem to think it's just like having a chat. So it's certainly an honest way to live for me. So I'm going to keep at it. Hopefully that touches your heart. And often, like they say, listen to it again or read it again, because I'm actually getting this ready to become a meditation book. That might be the thing that is easier, because the first time you hear some of these things, if you're new to this vibration, it's not going to make any sense. So the re-listening or often I think is easier, maybe before bedtime too. That's a nice quiet time. Bye-bye.